Understanding the people you lead. True leadership starts with a deep understanding of the people you're leading. This includes understanding their strengths, weaknesses, motivations, and how they work best. A leader who doesn't take the time to understand their team members on a human level will struggle to inspire or guide them effectively. Effective leaders make an effort to connect with individuals personally, creating an environment of trust, respect, and mutual understanding. They recognize the value of empathy, recognizing that each team member has unique experiences and perspectives that contribute to the overall success of the group. Understanding the organizational structure and culture, a leader must have a solid grasp of the inner workings of the organization they are leading. This includes understanding how the different departments and teams interact, the strengths and weaknesses of the existing systems, and the culture that drives decision-making. Knowing how the organization functions allows a leader to make informed decisions, create processes that streamline operations, and resolve conflicts when they arise. Leaders should also be aware of the underlying values and behaviors that make up the organization's culture. A deep understanding of the culture allows a leader to guide change effectively and ensure that the organization stays true to its core mission and values while evolving. Understanding the external environment. Great leaders are not just focused on what's happening inside their organization, they also have a keen awareness of the external factors that can impact their business. This could include market trends, competitor activities, changes in technology, political shifts, and even societal movements. A leader who is informed about these factors can make decisions that keep the organization ahead of the curve and prepared for challenges. For example, a leader in the tech industry must understand how rapid advancements in technology will affect their business. Without this knowledge, they could miss key opportunities or fail to adapt to disruptive forces in their industry. Understanding the big picture and long-term vision. True leadership is about having a vision, not just a short-term plan, but a long-term view that encompasses where the organization needs to go over the coming years. A leader who truly understands the big picture is able to navigate complex challenges while keeping the organization focused on long-term success. Deep understanding enables a leader to recognize the broader implications of decisions. For instance, they understand that today's choices about hiring, training, or investing in technology will affect the company years down the line. A good leader builds a strategy that is flexible enough to adapt to changes, but solid enough to drive progress toward the ultimate goal. Understanding the emotional and psychological aspects of leadership. Great leadership requires not only intellectual understanding, but emotional intelligence. Leaders need to understand how people think and feel, how emotions influence decision-making, and how to maintain morale through difficult situations. This emotional understanding allows leaders to create a supportive, motivating environment where their team can thrive. Emotional intelligence enables leaders to deal with conflicts, manage stress, and approach sensitive issues with empathy. It also helps in recognizing when their team is feeling overwhelmed or disengaged, allowing them to adjust their leadership style or take action to rebuild trust and enthusiasm. Understanding the importance of adaptability. The world of business is constantly changing, and leaders need to have a deep understanding of the need for adaptability. A rigid, unyielding approach can stifle innovation and result in missed opportunities. Leaders who understand that change is inevitable are better prepared to guide their teams through transitions. This understanding leads to a proactive approach, anticipating changes and adapting strategies ahead of time rather than reacting to them when they occur. Leaders who are adaptable can turn challenges into opportunities for growth and innovation. Understanding the consequences of decisions. One of the key aspects of deep understanding is recognizing that decisions have True leaders don't make snap judgments based on emotions or pressure. Instead, they carefully consider all variables and the ripple effects of their choices. For instance, a leader who understands the financial, social, and cultural impacts of a merger will make decisions that benefit not just the bottom line, but the people involved and the broader community. They think beyond immediate profits and consider the long-term consequences of their actions. Self-awareness and personal growth. Finally, deep understanding is essential on a personal level as well. True leaders understand themselves, their strengths, weaknesses, biases, and how their actions affect others. They continuously strive to grow and improve, knowing that leadership is not a static skill, but something that evolves over time. Self-awareness enables leaders to be open to feedback, admit mistakes, and learn from experience. This humility and willingness to grow not only improves their leadership abilities, but also sets an example for their team. Conclusion: in essence, true leadership is not about being the loudest voice in the room or simply giving orders. It's about having a profound understanding of people, systems, and the world around you. A deep understanding allows a leader to make informed, thoughtful decisions, adapt to changes, and lead their team with empathy and foresight. The combination of emotional intelligence, awareness, adaptability, and strategic vision that enables leaders to succeed in both the short term and long term. The point, seeing the big picture, is one of the most essential qualities of effective leadership. It goes beyond the day-to-day operations, immediate tasks, and individual decisions. Leaders who can see the big picture are those who understand the broader context of their actions, the long-term consequences, and the interconnectedness of various elements within an organization, industry, and society. Expanding on seeing the big picture, understanding the interconnectedness of systems, seeing the big picture requires an awareness that everything within an organization or a system is interconnected. For example, a decision made in marketing doesn't just affect the marketing team. It can impact sales, customer service, product development, and even the company's brand reputation. A leader who sees the big picture is able to make decisions that align with the overall strategy of the company, ensuring that no part of the organization is working in isolation. Leaders who can see the big picture are adept at identifying the relationships between different departments, teams, and external factors. They understand how changes in one area can trigger effects in another, and they are skilled at anticipating these ripple effects. This mindset allows them to avoid siloed thinking, which often leads to miscommunication or inefficiencies across the organization. Aligning decisions with long-term vision. True leaders are visionaries. They understand that the decisions they make today will have long-term consequences. They don't make choices based on short-term pressures or immediate gains, but consider how their actions will affect the organization years down the line. For example, a leader in a company might decide to invest in sustainable practices, not because it's the easiest or most profitable option in the short term, but because they see the bigger picture of environmental impact, long-term profitability, and brand alignment. They understand that investing in long-term sustainability will help the organization thrive in a rapidly changing world, even if it means short-term sacrifice. Seeing the big picture also means understanding where the organization is headed. Leaders with this perspective ensure that their decisions contribute to long-term goals and align with the company's core mission. They constantly evaluate the strategic direction of the company and are ready to pivot when necessary, knowing that the road to success may involve navigating obstacles or shifting market conditions. Anticipating future trends and challenges. A leader who sees the big picture is constantly scanning the horizon for trends and challenges that may affect the organization in the future. This involves staying informed about developments within the industry, technology advancements, regulatory changes, and societal shifts. By anticipating these changes, leaders can make proactive decisions to stay ahead of the curve. And so for instance, a leader who understands the big picture may notice a growing demand for a certain product or service, allowing the company to pivot before competitors, or they may see an emerging technology that could disrupt their industry, prompting them to invest in research and development or strategic partnerships to stay competitive. In a world where change is constant and often unpredictable, leaders who can spot these trends early have a distinct advantage. They can lead their teams through change rather than being caught off guard by it. Focusing on the long-term health of the organization. Leaders who see the big picture are not driven by quarterly results or the pressure to meet immediate expectations. Instead, they focus on the long-term health of the organization. This means balancing short-term priorities with investments in areas that will yield future benefits, such as employee development, innovation, and building a positive company culture. For example, instead of laying off employees to meet short-term financial goals, a leader who sees the big picture might focus on upskilling the workforce, fostering collaboration, and investing in technology to improve efficiency. This approach may take time to bear fruit, but in the long run, it creates a more resilient, sustainable organization. Such leaders also think about the company's reputation, relationships with stakeholders, and social responsibility. They understand that a strong reputation built on trust and ethics is invaluable for long-term success. Balancing stakeholder interests, seeing the big picture, also means understanding the various stakeholders involved, whether it's employees, customers, investors, suppliers, or the community. A leader who sees the bigger picture takes all these interests into account rather than focusing solely on one group. This requires balancing different, sometimes competing, priorities. For example, while it may be tempting to cut costs by reducing employee benefits to please investors, a leader with a broad vision knows that this might harm employee morale, leading to turnover, which could ultimately hurt the company's bottom line. Instead, they find ways to ensure that decisions benefit all stakeholders, leading to long-term success and stability. Driving innovation and growth, leaders who see the big picture understand that innovation is key to staying relevant and competitive. They don't just focus on maintaining current operations, they look for ways to innovate, grow, and create new opportunities. This could involve exploring new markets, developing new products, or finding more efficient ways to operate. Seeing the big picture also means understanding how innovation fits into the broader strategic goals. A leader might recognize that investing in technology will improve productivity, but they also understand that it's not just about the tech, it's about how it fits into the company's mission and values. Innovation should serve the purpose of creating greater value for customers and other stakeholders, not just for the sake of novelty. Understanding the competitive landscape. A leader who sees the big picture keeps an eye on the competition. They understand where their organization stands in relation to other companies in the industry and anticipate potential competitive threats. This doesn't mean obsessing over competitors, but rather understanding the broader competitive landscape and positioning the company accordingly. By seeing the big picture, a leader is able to identify gaps in the market that the organization can fill or areas where competitors may be vulnerable. They can make informed decisions that put the company in a better position to outperform rivals, not just in terms of market share, but in creating greater value and differentiation. Navigating complex challenges. Challenges are inevitable, and seeing the big picture is crucial when navigating complex problems. Leaders who focus only on immediate issues may find themselves reacting to crises instead of solving the root cause. Seeing the big picture means recognizing that many problems are interconnected and that solving one issue might require addressing several others. For instance, if a company is experiencing high turnover, the problem might not lie solely in the HR department. It could be related to company culture, leadership style, or the lack of career development opportunities. A leader who sees the big picture can identify these root causes and take a more comprehensive approach to solving the issue. Building a sustainable future. Leaders who see the big picture understand that sustainability isn't just about environmental issues, it's about building a company that can thrive for generations. This includes financial sustainability, employee satisfaction, operational efficiency, and adaptability to change. It's about building an organization that can withstand challenges and continue to create value for stakeholders in the long run. Seeing the big picture means making decisions that create a foundation for future growth and stability, even if those decisions don't pay off immediately. Conclusion. Seeing the big picture is a powerful trait for any leader, as it allows them to make informed, strategic decisions that take into account the interconnectedness of systems, the long-term impact of their actions, and the broader context in which their organization operates. Leaders who see the big picture are better equipped to anticipate change, guide their teams through uncertainty, and drive sustained growth and innovation. They understand that leadership isn't just about managing the present, it's about shaping a successful future for the organization and its stakeholders. The point "listening is key" emphasizes the importance of active listening in leadership. Effective listening goes far beyond just hearing words. It's about understanding, empathizing, and responding thoughtfully to the people you lead. It's a critical skill that strengthens relationships, drives better decision-making, and fosters an inclusive environment where everyone feels valued. Expanding on listening is key, building trust and rapport, listening actively and attentively helps leaders build trust and rapport with their teams. When people feel heard, they feel respected. Trust is the foundation of any successful relationship, whether between a leader and their employees or among colleagues. By genuinely listening to your team members, you're demonstrating that their ideas, opinions, and concerns matter. And leaders who fail to listen can come across as dismissive or disconnected, leading to frustration, disengagement, and a lack of trust. In contrast, leaders who make listening a priority create a culture of openness where people are more willing to share their ideas and feedback. Over time, this strengthens relationships, encourages collaboration, and boosts team morale. Enhancing problem-solving listening helps leaders gain a more comprehensive understanding of problems and challenges within the organization. When you actively listen to team members, you gather a variety of perspectives that can lead to more effective problem solving. People who are directly involved in the work often have insights into obstacles or inefficiencies that leadership might not see from a higher level. For example, a manager might listen to feedback from employees on the ground about a specific process or tool. That feedback could highlight inefficiencies or issues that were previously overlooked. By listening closely, a leader can identify root causes of problems and come up with more effective solutions. This collaborative approach to problem solving leads to better decision making and often results in quicker, more sustainable results. Improving communication. Effective communication is a two-way street, and listening is the cornerstone of that exchange. Leaders who listen well can communicate more effectively with their teams, ensuring that everyone is on the same page. When leaders take the time to listen, they can clarify any misunderstandings, answer questions, and ensure that the message being conveyed is clear and understood by all. Furthermore, good listening helps leaders adapt their communication style to meet the needs of their audience. For instance, if a leader is addressing a team of technical experts, they might use different language and examples than when they're speaking to a group of non-experts. Listening helps leaders gauge the audience's level of understanding and adjust their approach to communicate more effectively. Empathy and emotional intelligence. Listening is key to developing empathy and emotional intelligence, both of which are crucial components of effective leadership. Empathetic leaders are better able to understand their employees' emotions, struggles, and motivations. This understanding allows them to respond in a more thoughtful and supportive manner, which in turn fosters a positive and caring. For example, if an employee is dealing with personal issues, a leader who listens attentively and shows concern can provide the support or flexibility that employee needs. Such acts of empathy demonstrate that the leader values the person, not just their work output. This emotional intelligence can help build a stronger team and reduce burnout or turnover. Encouraging creativity and innovation, leaders who listen to when employees feel that their voices are heard, they are more likely to contribute fresh ideas, ask questions, and think outside the box. If a leader dismisses or ignores suggestions, employees may become discouraged and less willing to share their ideas in the future. By listening to diverse perspectives, leaders are able to tap into a wealth of creativity and innovation that can drive the organization forward. Importantly, this approach not only fosters an innovative mindset, but also helps leaders recognize opportunities for growth that they might have missed otherwise. Addressing concerns before they escalate. Listening helps leaders address concerns early before they escalate into bigger issues. Employees are often hesitant to speak up when they have concerns, but if they sense that their leader is genuinely listening, they are more likely to voice their worries before they become major problems. For instance, an employee might express frustration with a process, workload, or interpersonal conflict. A leader who listens carefully can intervene early and resolve the issue before it affects team morale or productivity. By maintaining an open line of communication and encouraging feedback, leaders can identify and resolve issues promptly, preventing small concerns from becoming larger, more complex challenges. Creating a culture of inclusivity. Leaders who prioritize listening foster a culture of inclusivity and collaboration. When team members feel that their input is valued, they are more likely to engage and contribute. A leader who actively listens to a diverse range of voices is more likely to create an environment where everyone feels welcome and respected, regardless of their background or role. This inclusivity not only benefits the people within the organization, but also leads to better outcomes. Research has shown that diverse teams perform better because they bring different perspectives to the table. By listening to all voices, leaders can ensure that they are drawing on the full range of insights and talents within the team. Informed decision-making. Listening helps leaders make more. The best decisions are based on facts, insights, and feedback from the people who are directly involved with the situation. Leaders who listen to their team members are better equipped to make decisions that are aligned with the needs and goals of the organization. For example, a leader who listens to frontline employees may learn about inefficiencies in the workflow or challenges with customer satisfaction. This information can guide the leader to make decisions that improve productivity, enhance customer experiences, and drive success. Leaders who fail to listen might miss valuable insights and make decisions that are out of touch with the real issues facing the organization. Developing employee engagement and loyalty. When leaders listen to their employees, it fosters a sense of belonging and engagement. Employees who feel valued and heard are more likely to be motivated and committed to their work. This can lead to higher levels of job satisfaction, increased productivity, and greater employee loyalty. In contrast, employees who feel ignored or unheard may become disengaged, leading to lower morale and higher turnover. Listening is a powerful tool for leaders to engage their teams, build loyalty, and create an environment where employees feel like they are part of something important. Modeling good listening for others. Leaders who listen set an example for their teams. When a leader actively listens, it encourages others to do the same. This creates a culture of respect where team members listen to each other, collaborate effectively, and work towards shared goals. Additionally, when a leader listens with patience and thoughtfulness, it shows their commitment to making thoughtful decisions. And so this sets a standard for others in the organization to follow, creating an atmosphere of thoughtful dialogue and problem solving. It also helps leaders stay connected with their teams, enabling them to lead more effectively and build stronger relationships. Conclusion: listening is a cornerstone of effective leadership. It goes far beyond just hearing words. It's about understanding, empathizing, and responding in a way that shows respect and consideration. Leaders who prioritize listening build stronger relationships, create a culture of trust and innovation, and make more informed decisions. Active listening fosters a collaborative environment where everyone feels heard, valued, and motivated to contribute. By listening, leaders empower their teams, enhance engagement, and navigate challenges with greater ease. The importance of systems thinking underscores the significance of seeing organizations, problems, and challenges as interconnected systems rather than isolated parts. Systems thinking is a holistic approach that emphasizes understanding the relationships between components, recognizing patterns, and anticipating how changes in one area can ripple through an entire system. Leaders who adopt a systems thinking mindset can make more informed decisions, solve complex problems, and foster a more resilient and adaptive organization. Expanding on the importance of systems thinking, understanding interdependencies. Systems thinking encourages leaders to recognize that various components within an organization, whether departments, teams, processes, or individuals, are interconnected. Every decision made in one area can have a far-reaching impact on others. For instance, a change in the marketing strategy might affect sales, customer service, and even the supply chain. A systems thinking leader does not view challenges or opportunities in isolation, but looks at the bigger picture and the relationships between all elements. Leaders who embrace systems thinking are able to identify and manage interdependencies more effectively, ensuring that their decisions do not inadvertently create problems elsewhere. For example, when implementing a new technology, a systems thinking leader would consider how it integrates with existing processes and systems, as well as how it might affect employees' workflow and customer interactions. Preventing unintended consequences. A key benefit of systems thinking is that it helps leaders anticipate the unintended consequences of their decisions. Often, leaders focus on solving immediate problems without considering the long-term or secondary effects of their actions. By adopting a systems thinking approach, leaders are better able to foresee how a decision might create ripple effects that could lead to new issues down the line. For instance, a company might decide to cut costs by reducing its workforce in one department. While this might result in short-term savings, it could lead to a decrease in morale, a loss of institutional knowledge, and an increased workload for the remaining employees, ultimately affecting productivity and customer satisfaction. Systems thinking helps leaders recognize and mitigate these unintended consequences before they become problematic. Improving decision-making, leaders who use systems thinking make more informed strategic decisions. Instead of making decisions based on limited data or focusing only on short-term outcomes, they take a broader view and consider how their choices will affect the entire system. This approach helps them make decisions that align with the organization's long-term goals and values. For example, a systems thinking leader might look beyond immediate financial results when evaluating new opportunities, considering factors such as employee well-being, customer satisfaction, environmental impact, and long-term growth potential. This comprehensive decision-making process allows leaders to make more balanced and sustainable choices. Identifying patterns and root causes. Systems thinking emphasizes identifying patterns and understanding the root causes of problems rather than just addressing symptoms. Often, issues within an organization are not isolated incidents, but are part of a larger pattern. By examining these patterns, leaders can uncover the underlying causes of problems and address them effectively. For example, if a company is experiencing high employee turnover, a systems thinking leader would look at the broader factors contributing to this issue, such as workplace culture, leadership style, career development opportunities, or compensation practices, rather than just focusing on hiring new employees. Addressing the root causes helps prevent recurring issues and creates long-lasting solutions. Enhancing collaboration and communication, systems thinking encourages a collaborative and communicative approach to problem solving. Since systems are made up of interconnected parts, effective solutions often require input from multiple departments, teams, or stakeholders. A systems thinking leader fosters collaboration by recognizing the value of diverse perspectives and encouraging cross-sectional teamwork. For example, when implementing a new project or initiative, a leader who practices systems thinking would involve various departments in the planning and decision-making process. This ensures that all relevant viewpoints are considered and the solution is comprehensive and well-rounded. It also helps break down silos within the organization, promoting a more cohesive and cooperative work environment. Adapting to change and complexity. In today's fast-paced and ever-changing business environment, organizations must be able to adapt to new challenges, technologies, and market conditions. Systems thinking enables leaders to understand the complexities of change and navigate them effectively. By recognizing how different factors are interconnected, leaders can manage change more effectively and ensure that their organizations remain agile and resilient. Systems thinking leaders are not just reactive, they are proactive in identifying potential disruptions and preparing their organizations for the future. For example, when anticipating changes in customer preferences or industry trends, a systems thinking leader will consider how these changes might affect the entire business model, customer experience, supply chain, and employee engagement. Fostering continuous improvement, systems thinking promotes a mindset of continuous improvement. Since systems are dynamic and constantly evolving, leaders who adopt a systems thinking approach understand that there is always room for optimization and innovation. They regularly assess the performance of various systems within the organization and look for ways to make them more efficient, effective, and aligned with the overall goals. For example, a systems thinking leader might regularly evaluate the performance of operational processes, identify bottlenecks or inefficiencies, and implement changes to improve productivity and reduce waste. They also seek input from employees and stakeholders to ensure that the system evolves in response to their needs and feedback. Seeing the bigger picture and strategic alignment, systems thinking encourages leaders to see beyond the immediate challenges and focus on the broader organizational goals. A systems thinking leader aligns all parts of the organization toward a common purpose, ensuring that different departments, teams, and functions work together towards shared. For example, a leader who practices systems thinking will ensure that marketing, sales, and product development are all aligned around a unified customer experience strategy. They will also consider how external factors, such as market conditions, competition, and societal trends, affect the organization's goals and strategies. This strategic alignment ensures that the organization moves forward cohesively, rather than operating in fragmented or conflicting directions. Encouraging long-term sustainability, systems thinking also helps leaders focus on long-term sustainability rather than short-term gains. Leaders who adopt this mindset are more likely to consider the long-term health of the organization, its people, and the environment when making decisions. They recognize that sustainable success requires balancing financial performance with social responsibility and environmental impact. For instance, a systems thinking leader may invest in eco-friendly technologies or practices, not just because they align with current market trends, but because they contribute to the long-term sustainability of the business and the planet. Similarly, they may prioritize employee well-being and engagement, knowing that a healthy, satisfied workforce is crucial for long-term success. Creating resilience in the face of uncertainty, systems thinking also promotes organizational resilience. When leaders understand how different parts of the system are interconnected, they are better equipped to navigate uncertainty and adapt to change. By identifying vulnerabilities within the system and making the organization more adaptable, systems thinking leaders can ensure that the company can weather disruptions, whether they are technological, economic, or environmental. For example, during a crisis or economic downturn, a leader who understands the system as a whole can quickly identify areas that need to be adjusted or restructured to maintain stability. They are able to lead their team through turbulent times, knowing that resilience is built on the ability to adapt and evolve, not just survive. Conclusion: the importance of systems thinking in leadership lies in its ability to provide a comprehensive, interconnected view of the challenges and opportunities an organization faces. Leaders who embrace systems thinking are better equipped to make informed decisions, solve complex problems, and anticipate future challenges. By focusing on interdependencies, understanding root causes, and considering long-term sustainability, systems thinking leaders foster collaboration, adaptability, and resilience in their organizations. This holistic approach ensures that organizations are not only responsive to change, but also proactive in shaping their future success.